So good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Today's video wasn't meant to be this video today, but unfortunately I ran out of memory on my phone. So you would have had a beautiful scene because we went for a lovely walk today, and unfortunately you won't be able to see that. So it's my lovely bright background instead. How are you doing? I genuinely always ask that question in asking, how are you doing? How are you being? Because one of the things that I do, I guess, is ask people that question, how are you being? And helping people to shift from doing to being is the kind of topic tonight. So the question today for Wednesday is about personal growth. What is it that you're doing to grow in these times of absolutely unprecedented change? Because a lot of people that I'm speaking with, it's about change that is the conversation's gone to change. It's gone to one of the topics that we discuss in the book process. And so today it got me thinking. I've had two conversations in the last 48 hours that have just been just heart-filling beyond my imagination, just beyond what I ever imagined that I would be able to connect so deeply, so quickly with amazing souls. And I have to give a shout out to Nathan, who contributes in the community with his wonderful meditations and images of nature. And I also have to welcome our new member, who I meant to add into this conversation, um, and our new member who is just, it's hard to describe. I think feelings are very hard to describe in many ways because it's a feeling, it's something that goes on within your body, and how do you put that into words? It's just never enough. So Zoe, I have to thank you for your conversation this evening, because and my heart felt full. My heart just felt so topped up in that, being understood and being heard, and not necessarily just in the conversation. It was kind of like when somebody comes into your life that you just feel like you've known forever, and as though the conversation is just picked up from where it left off, but it's the first time you've spoken to that person. And it felt like that with Nathan as well. It just felt very relaxed and it just felt like home, just that really warm feeling. So I have to thank both of you, special people, because I know that that's the kind of quality relationships that this community is about. This community is not just about I say any old community that's on Facebook. It is a community of depth. It's a community of engagement. It's about really feeling that when somebody comments in this community, they genuinely mean it. They've genuinely taken time out, like we all do, but there's a real consciousness of doing that in this community, and that it's not just any old comment. It's a heart-driven, a heartfelt comment. So please do contribute the best that you can, and really express yourself, because this is a space to reach out and reach your potential. Some people can think that the internet it's just Facebook, it's just a place, but there's real people. And one of the things that I've been encouraging people to do is to use different social media outlets, because you can't always rely just on one. And I also think that when companies are being exposed as their ethical practices, then I think having your eggs all in one basket isn't necessarily always a good thing. So just putting that out there, if you can read between the lines. But it's kind of like, we just have to be mindful that there's just more than one place where we can meet and gather, and where, until we create our own, because it is about being creative and releasing that creativity. So with that in mind, I want to share the screen, because I've got a request. About a week ago now, I put out a fundraiser for, if you can remember, this rare opportunity to transform our world. We have got a rare opportunity for that to happen. We really have. It's kind of like our world is changing. Our world is changing from the way that we've always been used to doing things. And right now, whilst we're all in our spaces, it is having that confidence within self and saying, well, do you know what? What if this is how it's going to be every day for the rest of your life? What if this is it? Because hopefully by now, people are recognizing that actually they don't have to be told what to do. They don't have to just, every day wake up by the clock. They don't have to do that. They don't have to be told what time they can have lunch or when they can go to the toilet or who they need to report to. Maybe people are just really starting to feel like, actually, I can manage myself. I am an adult and I can do what I want to do when I want to do it. And in quarantine, you're experiencing that because that's the bottom line. That's just how it is. So then it makes you question, is employment is that a fair deal? So I'm not here to argue with employment because obviously employment is really important. Why is it important? And I wanted to throw these questions out because what we're doing is shifting from complexity to simplicity. So in order to do that, we've got to look at the complex system that's been created, probably for us, not by us, but for us. And it's going to help us to start thinking, well, hold on a minute, is that fair? I had just had a friend today that said to me that he'd gone to work with an injured ankle and just got through it, kind of like that's part of what he did, and he was suggesting that I should go and get a job, and which I thought was quite funny because this rare opportunity, I put out a video asking people if they would like to donate, and he hadn't understood that he felt that I was out with my begging bowl. What he didn't realise is that this opportunity is an opportunity for people, regardless of their ability of how much they've got, to be involved in a rare opportunity. Because often what happens is when there's an opportunity, the first thing people think is how much is it going to cost and whether or not they can afford it. This isn't about that. This opportunity, because these gifts are gifts back to humanity. So what that means is that this is your gift. This is a gift to help people to align, humanity to align to their truth. That's what this gift is. So right now, we are at a time of major crisis, as we know. And however that's going to unfold, we have no idea. So we're in the unknown, which for me is like being in the, and I should have had this ready, but I haven't. It's like being in, I do this, it's being in the dark. That's what's currently going on for us right now. We're all in the dark. We're all in the unknown. Got no idea where we're going. We have an idea where we've come from, but that's all. So how do we navigate our way through this darkness? And that's where this transformation is so important, because it's recognizing that we are transforming. We have to transform at this moment in time because our world has changed. And are we up to date with it? Are we able to adapt to those changes? Before we even get anywhere with that, we're here and now. And so this process helps you to stay in the here and now. It helps you to move from what you thought that you knew to what you know, but also as well to accept the unknown and to accept that it's okay, whatever happens, to fill your resources within yourself and to have that core confidence that everything's okay. So 10,000 conscious co-creators. I'm just finishing off this website, but I wanted to share it with you because visuals, as I've said, is so important. Highly sensitive, entrepreneurial, spirited, compassionate hearts. That's who the 10,000 are. You're in that community of 10,000, but it's all of us that are going to help to bring about these 10,000 people, because these are people that are in our world. I mean, I'm going for these 10,000 people. Believe me, I want to find 10,000 conscious co-creators. Those people that are actually realizing we have to take action in order to be able to evolve into whatever is yet to come. And so that's 10,000 people that are actively demonstrating love in our world. And so one of the questions that people would ask me is, how do you learn to put food on the table? People would say, look, if I can't put food on my table, what's good are your services? And I've had this for many, many years. People would talk about their experiences of coaching or counseling, or whether or not it was something that they wanted to be part of or not be part of because they didn't understand themselves, but it's kind of like, do I understand the people that are helping me to get to where I want to be? Are they already there? So many different questions around the caring profession, because my background is over 40 years in care, over 40 years of caring for people. And so that's my expertise. It's how do I care for you right now? The first thing is that I know that I have to care for myself. So this is about reversing the way that we've been taught. So if I can help you to look after yourself, then I know that you can help others. So isn't it about us helping each other to look after ourselves? That's the gift. So if we can teach people how to put food on their table, we're not employing them, we're showing them how to do it. That's the key. If you're interested in that, then let me know underneath on the comments. Are you interested in helping people put food on their table? Because if you can put food on your table, if I can teach you how to do that, then you're able to do that for you, and you're able to teach your neighbour. And this is the part, is love thy neighbour. You know, some of these quotes that are in the Bible, love thy neighbour. The top quote is, the meek shall inherit the earth. And what the meek shall inherit the earth means for me is the meek are kind, gentle, conscientious, entrepreneurial, highly sensitive people. That's who they are. Those people who haven't lost sight with their heart, whose heart is still kind of present, compassionate heart, love for humanity, love for other people, not just for self. People that are givers. That's who I'm looking for. I'm looking for people that are givers, because this is their gift. This is your gift back to you, back to humanity. What this is going to do is iron out so many problems for people. That's what it's going to do. And that's why it's taken me so long. That's why it's taken me so long to get this presentation out, to get these tools together, and to, because it's constantly evolving. And now with the virus, it's kind of like, okay, so this is a global issue now. It wasn't just individuals that I was working with before. This is a global issue. This is a global solutions that we're looking for. So we've got learn to teach, we've got living with passion, and we've got loving self-care. It's so important for you to love who you are. And this process that I take you through helps you to do that. It empowers you to look after you. The reason why? I have to use it to look after me, because after spending so many years looking after other people, the biggest neglect was of myself. So passionate. Even down to a couple of days ago, I was kind of thinking, right, how do I look at generating funds to get this game online? So the game is a tool that it's, you know, it's this. That's the tool. If you want to play the game, please do, again, comment below. Yes, please include me or something like that. Make it fun. But yeah, if you want to play the game, I'm currently running online sessions because I'm wanting 10 people. I've only got space. Actually, I've only got space for 8 people. So first come, first serve. Self-selected in many ways. I think it's 8. It could be 8 because I wanted 18 altogether, but I've recognised that some people, let's see, 6, 7, could squeeze in one more, 8. So we're looking for 8 people who want to play the game, and all I ask from you is to, what's the word, to give me a testimonial. That's all. And you would have seen Paul's testimonial in the community if you scroll down. So those experiences, those videos, ideally people will leave a video and we're able to then put that together in a presentation to help to look at funding this project. And the way that I'm going to fund it is I'm going to offer services that people can decide which services they want to purchase, and then the money goes towards the app. So we've got an app where, what that means then is each person who has a portion of that app will get different bonuses and get different, we'll get the app, we'll be able to play the app, we'll be able to have facilitation online, a whole range of different things. I'm really excited. So this page is going to be ready soon. And the biggest thing that I wanted to share with you about it is this part, play, learn and earn. So basically what happens is you can come along and play the game, and then from playing the game, it's about being able to help to create this global story, a global storybook, by telling your story. So each of us tell our stories, so we're all on the level playing field, and we put all those stories together and we create this global storybook. But you also have your individual books in that space as well. So the cover is more or less the same with just different titles. So again, if you're interested in that, the aim is play the game first. Let's sort out aligning you to your truth, then the storytelling, and then an opportunity to become an intuitive coach, spiritual mentor. It's really just a label, but it's about basically being able to facilitate change for other people. So again, if this interests you, I'm looking to nurture 10 people in this 11 people in this process right now, because the goal, 11 is only small, but the goal is that each person, each of those 11 people will become facilitators, so they'll be teachers. And the best way to move from student to teacher is then to teach other people. That's where our education system has been missing. It's been missing the importance that not only are you learning, but then you're applying. That it's a two-way conversation. So there's many people that will go on course after course after course after course and never apply what they've learned. And that is only half of the learning. So learning and then applying is the other part of it. So for myself, I was in the marketing for 2 years, a marketing company for 2 years almost. And I know I felt so overwhelmed with all the information. The only way that I could do the training, because it was just too much, was to take in a bit of information and then do a video on it. And in doing that, it helped me to absorb the information, and it helped it to go in more. So that's what we do in this process. We start sharing our story, we read, we then write, and then we do a mini video, mini audio of our experience, and what it does, it anchors it. So I'm excited about sharing all of this with you. If you look on my YouTube channel, Empowering Angel, you'll see that there's lots of videos that are on there that I've done over the years. Have a binge, what to call it, a binge fest in terms of the videos, but have a look, make some comments. Certainly do challenge me on anything that you see there. But this is the structure of how it's going to work. It's teaching students, teaching teachers to teach. That's what a lot of T's there, but teaching teachers to teach. We are all teachers. We are all leaders in maybe a little L, but it doesn't matter. We are all able to facilitate somebody else. We did it as a child. This is about reclaiming it now as an adult. And as a result of doing that, there is a compensation, there's a financial exchange, which is all about being able to exchange our time for money at this moment in time. My goal is to help a handful of people to transform their finances by paying the course fee that we charge, which is £5 a chapter. So it's literally very little. And that £5 a chapter gets paid forward. So it means that people who come along and teach, they get paid for holding the space. They get paid for the exchange of energy. It's never going to be enough, but what the process does, it's probably going to be a lot more than what you're used to. If it sounds like I want to be part of this pioneering project, then come along. There isn't a leader. I've been gifted this to bring it to the world. My goal is, you'll see on there, is to really build an economically strong community, creating income generating opportunities and retaining a high proportion of its wealth. The way that we do that is through working together. It's a bit like a franchise without the fee, and it's about each of us coming together. I've spent over 20 years on this strategy, so you're talking of quite a lot. In fact, I'm going to work it out actually how much it would be that has been already paid forward, so that you can be really clear that this process is not about making money. This process is about empowering people to make the right decisions for them, giving the strength back to you, so that then you're able to shine your light into this world and bring out the gifts of you that we don't know what those gifts are. Everything that we did before has changed. The landscape has completely changed. Have you got the skills to be able to adapt to what our future is going to need? This is an opportunity to go in and do that. So please share the video as far and wide as possible. If you're somebody who's been wanting to step up for quite a while and thought, oh, I don't know, this is a really simple process, turning complexity into simplicity. We need 10,000 people. Are you one that's ready to step up now? That's the question for you. Time is now. Thank you so much for listening. And please, again, do share the page. And if you're not on YouTube, go to YouTube and register with, not register, type in Empowering Angel, and you should be able to see my videos there. Please subscribe, and again, spread the news. This is love that we're spreading to the world at a time when Mother Earth needs our love. Bye bye.